Alright guys, seems like the brand new Drive Syndicate themed special event is right here, and as usual I will be having a quick look at all the car requirements, rewards and other stuff this event brings today. So with no further delay, let's get into it. You know me guys, I won't be hiding anything, and after having a quick look at this special event, my first impression has been that it's just, a special event like any other, but oriented towards any whale capable of spending big in order to catch up with some cars they may have missed in the past. And that's kinda my case, because I didn't bother to go for the main special event car, this Jaguar whose name is way too long and complex for me to remember, or, well, being honest, pronounce. Anyways, this Jaguar is not a big deal since it has a fairly poor acceleration combined with a really bad handling, which, let me tell you something, one of the few things I do remember about this car is how bad it feels while drifting and driving it in general, so I would say it's pretty much a collector's car rather than a good option for multiplayer or any other game mode, So the Nitro is really good in this case, but that's pretty much all this car has to offer. Not a good car to go for by any chance, unless you are like me, a collector, and you want to go behind any car that appears right now and that you decided to not to go for in the past. If we continue checking the event requirements, aside from the Bugatti EB110, which is having a car hunt right now, then we have the first Lamborghini Super Trofeo comeback I have ever seen since it was introduced to the game. Honestly, it's even weird to see this car because it's been a really long time, years even, since the last time this car appeared in the game. It was a Grand Prix car and a really good car for the Clash and multiplayer, being completely honest, overall, so I can understand why Gameloft decided to gatekeep it for so long, considering how good the Super Trofeo actually is. But it's finally here, so zero regrets. Hopefully there will be any special offer featuring some epic import parts from this car, since I'm 2 epics away from golding it out, and that would be quite nice. Anyways, we keep scrolling and we can see the next required car, which, as we already knew from the roadmap and the patch notes we got in the previous weeks, is the Nissan 390 GT1, a Grand Prix car with a really good top speed but quite mid in everything else. Honestly, this car had a couple of Grand Prix before, but it was so forgettable that I didn't even care of playing all the rounds back then, hence why my Nissan is still blocked despite being at 2 stars, At last but not least, we have the most useful car out of all the required ones within this special event, which is the Peugeot 9X8. This car arrived first through the Bugatti Bolide Drive Syndicate 6, and then it has been required in several events between special events, Unleashed events and so on, so this car has appeared a few times in the past. Mine is at 3 stars because back at the Bolide Drive Syndicate 6, I was sure that the Bolide was completely useless as long as you have the Hennessy Venom F5, so I decided not to go for it, same as I decided not to spend a dime to go for the Koenigsegg CC850 at the Drive Syndicate 7, and at the end that paid back considering that I could gold the devil in the previous Drive Syndicate, but whatever. The thing is that since I didn't care way too much at the Bugatti Bolide Drive Syndicate 6 as a whole, I didn't pay too much attention to the required cars, and that will be why I basically 3-star the Peugeot and stopped there. Up to this day, This Peugeot has a massive acceleration once it's completely golden, combined with an absolutely insane handling that allows it to take corners even smoother than the Panda, even though it's slightly slower than the Panda itself. Overall, I would say that it's like a Panda, but for the ultimate whales of this game, since this Peugeot is very rare to have it golden unless you got all the epic import parts at the Bolide Drive Syndicate 6, which was extremely expensive, and very few players did gold the Peugeot the legit way, since there weren't the same cheat detection methods we have right now. So a few guys got away with their golden Bolides and Peugeots without paying a single dollar, but it is what it is. Not like the Bolide is any better than the Devil nowadays, and same goes to the Peugeot and many other cars around that rank. In a nutshell, it's a funny car to drive, but quite far away from being the very best. Now let's have a look at the rewards, and before even starting, let me tell you something guys. I don't know if I'm the only one, but I can't wait for the next update to appear so we can finally get proper token rewards instead of incredibly low token rewards just because there are season tokens around, For real, I really like season tokens, but the damage they did to most of this game event rewards, without even talking about multiplayer, was definitely way too bad. So yeah, we may get some season tokens and blah blah blah, but the premium tokens payback is way too low, considering the cost of the packs in the game store. Hopefully once the new update arrives, we will get finally a decent amount of tokens rewards again, which I know it's asking maybe for way too much, but then we have a problem right now. So aside from the usual season tokens and token rewards, we have some Jaguar blueprints as well as a grand total of 14 epic import parts for the main special event car, which is not bad if you had some of them before. Think that should not be hard, you know, considering that the car was a Grand Prix car if I'm not completely wrong. Overall, I would say that this event is basically what I told you guys at the very beginning of this video, just an event for those who can afford to pay for these cars and that for some reason did not go for them in the past. And that's basically it. The best car you could go away with out of this entire special event is the Peugeot, followed by the Lamborghini Super Trofeo Evo, which I would definitely recommend you to go for if you have some spare season tokens, but if you are close enough to max your Lamborghini Invencible, I would definitely recommend you to spend your last season tokens in the Invencible rather than on any of these special event cars. Even if the Super Trofeo Evo never comes back, the overall benefits of the Invencible are way better in the long run, I would say. So the Super Trofeo Evo may be useful in Clash, but not everyone in this game is an alien, so you won't be missing a massive deal if you let that Lamborghini go. Also, I could not see the key of the Lamborghini STO featured through the special event, so maybe it appears through an offer or something like that, since all the other cake cards required on this special event can be, you know, completely unlocked if you have them completely maxed out. And by the way, you can unlock the main event card if you complete the entire event, which of course requires you to have all the required cards maxed out. I'm wondering where they will feature the Jaguar Syndicate decal we can see in some of the stages of this special event. Maybe through an offer, you know, only time will tell. So yeah, it's not really worth to invest your resources trying to go for any of the cards required for this event due to the reasons I explained above. I'm still doubting if I should max all the cards in order to gold the Jaguar, but honestly, the car itself is so bad that makes me think if it's truly worth to invest that much just for that. Even the Fortilla is more worthy in general, but maybe I could need all these required cards in the future, so I think that I will have to max them just in case, since it may be cheaper now than in the future. But now it's your turn, guys. What do you think about this new special event? Will you try to go for any of these cards, or will you just skip them in order to save up in the long term? Let me know in the comment section, drop your epic like and subscribe in order to not to miss any of my videos, because as always, I will see you really soon with much more Asphalt 9. Goodbye, guys.